Kinda strange sharing. I thought the day would...
Can you not? Are you still working for Kajihira?
I'm not sure. He just calls me and helps to be on good terms.
Uh-huh.
It'd be nice to be... I heard you were the one who discovered Shintani Sen...
I'm here to talk 89. If that's not what this...
All right. Generally, drug development starts with the discovery of a compound that can treat a given disease. That compound... They then test its effects on animals, which is a nicer way of saying human experimentation. As for the it can take years, sometimes even longer.
Yeah.
Before now, Alzheimer's drugs have only been able... None can cure it completely. But Director Kito's 89 proved remarkable. If it can work on humans as well, maybe we can... At least, that's what the paper they published.
Interesting.
Yagami-san, in this country... 1 in 4 people over the age of 80 is... That means for a couple in their 50s, there's a good chance that one of their parents has it. And the odds that one member of that couple will develop it themselves, no matter how you look at it. If I ever experience symptoms myself, in some cases, they can slow the progress enough that you can even keep work. I guess my point is, dementia is not something to fear. Our biggest enemy is ignorance and apathy.
Yeah, if you say...
Good. I'd like to give you a rundown of what exactly...
Well, you're gonna, even if I...
Out of all the diseases that can cause dementia, Alzheimer's accounts for... It's believed to be brought about by buildup of a protein called amyloid beta. When that happens, nerve cells start dying off and the brain begins to atrophy.
So to put this in layman's terms, waste buildup kind of...
But even that is just a theory at this point.
And when your brain...
Your memory is impaired. Let me explain. There are 3 processes involved in memory: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Alzheimer's impairs the first step, encoding. This makes it near... I'll give you an example. When doctors asked a dementia patient the date, they had no problem producing... But when asked the year, the patient said 1952. Their mind... You see, dementia not only inhibits new memories...
I think I understand.
Good.
So how exactly does 8...
According to their research, when they brought about a process...
Which is what?
It's a Greek word that means self-devouring. That, in other words, all the amyloid beta built up in the mice...
Instantly?
Yes. And once their Alzheimer's stopped... The most shocking thing is that even brain cells, as one researcher put it, it's as though the brain, if they can bring about similar...
They'll have a cure.
That's right. There are millions. If they actually complete this drug, it's nothing short of a dream.
If you ask me, it sounds too...
Excuse me?
I mean, the vice director of the ADDC suspected something fishy, but when he started digging someone offed him to keep their secret safe. Made it look like a brawl.
What kind of secret?
Like the drug's effects being false.
No, there's no chance.
Huh? How do you know?
Since the announcement of 89, countless animal tests. It's no fabricate. One test after another, they've proved...
And you're sure?
Yes. I'm of the mind they should push forward faster, even if the paper will... After all, dementia drugs are being developed all around the world. It would be a shame if someone beat them to the... Kito-san is far too cautious. This is no time to be tested. They need to move to clinical trials and...
By which you mean...
Experimenting on humans.
Human experimentation. Wait.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just...
I guess there is an interesting detail. Kito-san is listed as the sole author of the 8, but in truth, he only put his name on the key researcher was someone else entirely.
So the one I want. So you're saying...
Seems so. The paper would never have gained such... They needed a leading expert to rubber stamp the... That kind of thing is pretty common.
Shono. What's your... You asked for it. and stay down.
またな。
Yo, welcome back.
Hey there, Yagami-san.
The gang's all here,
How did things go with Hattori-san? Did you learn any?
I guess.
Wait, are you saying there isn't actually—
That's what Hattori's...
This is the first time I'm hearing about Kido. It's possible Shono's hiding.
Maybe. But first, one term in particular stuck with
Which is?
human experiment.
Go on.
Apparently, 89 is just about ready.
Well, that's gross.
Knock it off.
Sorry.
Well, I've just been thinking, what if all these murders were secret?
You're serious?
If Shono's the one behind all this,
What? You think this guy Shono went out, hired an ass?
guess it's a bit of a stretch, huh?
Even if these people were test cases, this is a dementia drug, not.
No, but what if it really did have some kind— like, they didn't want to kill the people?
It was perfectly fine when they tested it on mice, though. If it ended up killing someone, then. Wait a sec.
Yeah, wait a sec,
What if 89 was completely harmless to mice?
If that was the case, they'd need to perform a ton of experiments, which is why they killed all those Kyorei guys.
Back it up. If they're testing a drug, I mean, it's not like those Kyorei guys all had Alzheimer's.
That's true.
Actually, it says here that they test new drugs on. They're the control group to make sure the drug is safe.
Yeah, eventually. It wouldn't make any damn sense for him to start on anyone but real patients, though.
But
Just give it a rest. Try taking this,
We are.
says the dumbass kid who keeps spouting tinfoil.
The only dumbass here is the guy who can't consider all the possible options.
Oh, is that right? Next you're gonna tell me they experimented on old man Waku too. What?
That incident 3 years ago at the ADDC. The guy who died, Waku-san. Didn't he—
Hey, I think.
Huh?
think about it, Kaito. Waku-san was an Alzheimer's patient at the... We know for a fact that Okubo didn't kill him, but they never tried...
Alright, cool your fucking jets. That happened. AD9 didn't even exist back then.
True, it was only announced, but all the research that went into the.
Huh? Wait,
It's hard to say for sure. I have a few more thoughts. Mind if we continue?
Sure.
Okay, so. Let's say Shono did experiment on Waku's. They normally do a lot more to ensure a drug is safe, but what was his motive for testing?
Maybe he wanted to try his groundbreaking new drug on a real live humanist. If it worked, he'd have it without dealing with all the red tape
That's possible. I guess Shono was surrounded by dementia. One little test wouldn't be a big deal, and if it meant curing Alzheimer's sooner, he might have been okay.
But instead of doing what it was meant to do, 89 had a horrible side effect. Death. The more I think about it, the more it feels like this is how it all...
it's starting to make...
But now, even though he knows the risks, he's still I know this is all just a theory.
Going down that path, Yagami-san, that means Okubo, but he murdered his girlfriend right after.
Quit it, Sugiura.
Yeah.
So, to summarize, it all started 3 years ago when Shono accidentally... But those tests are still ongoing. That's why Hamura had all those Kyorei guys.
But wait, how would a guy like Shono get wrapped up with— your run-of-the-mill researcher wouldn't have the—
But what if someone close to him did?
Someone Shono knows who's got Yakuza ties? The hell could that—
The Minister of Health.
You think an active cabinet member—
I suppose the minister, but I'm not sure he has the motive.
Who else do we have?
someone who could get Hamura and Shono—
Shigeru Kajihira, chairman of the Kajihira...
I'm not so sure.
Huh?
Think about it. The murdered Kyorei Yakuza are Kajihira's men. Besides, there's no evidence of...
I guess you have a point.
Well, we can rule Kajihira out. Who was Shono's go...
Ryusuke Kido, director of the ADDC.
Oh, Kido would have access to ADDC. There's even been talk of him having ties. I think you've cracked it, Yag.
I don't know if that's really true.
Why?
Think back to the '89 press conference. He was so proud, innocent even. But if he knew about all this human experiment shit...
Kid's got a point.
Then maybe he was only told about the... That would still make sense, right? First, Shono gets Kido to sign off on the '89 paper. Thrilled about the possibilities, Kido proudly presents the research. There's no turning back after that. Even if he found out about... That's probably how Shono got Kido on his side. He then used Kido's funding and connections to bring in Hamura and the Mole. It feels like all the pieces are falling in...
That means Kido's not...
Right. Shono is behind every...
Let's say you're right. When did Shono start using... When was the mole's first murder?
Shono murdered a patient, Waku-san, 3 years ago.
But that was probably an accident, right? He did... In other words...
All right.
Well, what?
Probably Hashiki's death 6 months ago.
And why do you say that?
Hashiki inching closer to the truth about '89 was a serious problem. But as we know, Shono was in a taxi at the time of the beating, meaning someone else must have been responsible.
The man in the black raincoat.
Yeah. Only the best of the best assassins would have...
Can't argue with that.
Who knows how close Hashiki was to finding out about the human
Yeah, and it seems like a plausible motive to me.
So what, I don't...
If you have something to say...
I mean, this is still... It all sounds almost too convenient.
What do you mean?
If Shono killed Waku-san at the ADDC 3 years ago, then Okubo, the primary suspect in the case, would be totally in the...
Yep. Already proved that in...
But Okubo, he stabbed her over and over. Reeked of booze, too. Even though he was supposed to defend him all you want. But the guy's a murderer. That's why the whole thing was such a big deal. It took the death of an innocent girl for them to realize that Yet here you are, claiming but you just don't want to feel responsible for Emi Terasawa's...
Enough, Sugiura! You're way out...
Look, I know I get swept up in my... All the same, I'm trying to be fair.
Are you?
So if we want to treat Yagami-san's theory, then we'll have to figure out whether or not Okubo is innocent.
And how are you suggesting we do...
It's simple. We just go to Okubo and ask if he did it.
You want to talk to him face to face?
A lawyer like you should have no problem.
He can't stand... From day one, Okubo insisted he was innocent. But I had...
Fine. But that's if you really want to pursue this case...
Well...
Hoshino-kun,
Yes?
let's go talk to Okubo.
I can try. Let me get it.
Thanks. I'll be at Gendis looking over the old case.
All right.
Yagami-san!
Huh?
Hey!
Huh? It's the spot.
ありがとうございました。
Bring it on. What a waste.
楽しかったでござるよ。
Oh, Yagami.
Mind if I look over a case file? I'm seeing Okubo's.
Huh?
Hold on. I'll go.
Thanks, Ari-san.
How's it going, Yagami?
Oh, what do you have there?
The files for Emi Terasawa's case.
Well,
Yagami-san, if you really don't need them, just leave them here.
Emi Terasawa, 26 years old at time of death. December 2nd, 2015, about 11 p.m. Her body is found on the second 15 stab wounds to the chest. Presumed no ash in her lungs, so she didn't inhale any. Shinpei Okubo, the victim's boyfriend and murder weapon is thought to be a kitchen knife. It was covered. Okubo was wasted out of his mind when firefighter...
Okubo-san is not a violent person, and he hasn't even had a drink in over 6 years.
But Okubo claims he doesn't remember ever drinking. He's pleaded innocence from day...
Yagami. Do you really have to do this? But why?
I need to know if he was really innocent. I'm going to find the truth.
What? In just...
Well, either way, I mean... Yeah, but we didn't have anything definitive. The only thing the ruling said was that they couldn't conclusively, meaning for the public at large, he is good. Okubo got laid off from his job, and had his personal...
Yeah.
The guy barely even went outside. Couldn't sleep, but I didn't ask him about any of that, until one day, Okubo gave up his...
And what?
I helped set a murderer loose on the world. In other words, Emi died because of me.
I'm not gonna let you do this to yourself. Do you remember your dad's last case? Must have been almost 20 years ago. Do you, Yagami?
Yeah. No way I could forget.
The defendant in that case raped and murdered a 15-year-old girl. At least that's what they said he did. Everyone in the damn country thought that guy deserved to get executed. No thoughts of innocence, except from your dad. You know how it all went down after that. He gave the prosecution what for. Your dad never compromised his ideals, no matter what. He said a lawyer's job isn't discovering the truth, or even knowing it. It's proving the prosecution doesn't have enough evidence to convict. Do you understand? That's how he saw the defense's role. It takes some real guts to say that. That's why you looked up to him. And you would have never become an attorney without his influence.
In the beginning, sure I did. But you know, a lot happened afterward. With my dad, and with me too.
Yeah.
It's possible the defendant actually was guilty. Raped the girl, killed her in cold blood. He disappeared almost immediately after the trial. So, all of the hatred, all of the anger people felt was thrown onto my dad. Not long after, he and my mom were killed by the victim's father.
Even so, I don't think you're old. Our job's showing that the prosecution doesn't have enough evidence. And when you defended Okubo the first time around... Listen to me, Yagami.
Sure, I get what you're... But a girl burned to death because I was good at my job.
What?
It's easy to sit back and tell me I did nothing wrong, but put yourself in... Could you say you did the...
That's enough! How long are you gonna let this dominate your life?
For as long as I live. Yagami speaking.
Hey, it's Hoshino. I've arranged our chat with Okubo. Meet me at the taxi stand on West Shichifuku Street.
Got it. Thanks.
I've said all I half knew you weren't gonna listen anyway.
Genda-sensei.
Hmm?
You and I both saw what happens when you don't pursue the truth. I can't let that go. I won't.
Over here, Yagami-san. We're finally going to...
Long time no see. Yagami-sensei.
Yeah. It's been a while.
I apologize. I've been alone all this time. Talking is...
Don't worry. We're not in a rush here.
You look so different.
Yeah. I haven't been back in the courtroom since the last day of our case.
Meaning you're not a lawyer?
Not quite. I'm a detective. In Kamurocho. Pays the bills, you know.
And that's all my fault?
Hey. Sorry. This isn't what I came here to talk about today. 3 years ago, at the ADDC. Did you actually murder Waku-san or not?
What? Yagami, I don't understand. You know I'm innocent. I didn't murder Waku-san. Or Emi-chan. Why won't you listen to me? I've told you time and time again, I didn't kill anyone! Why won't people just believe me?
The prosecution had more than enough evidence to convict you for Emmys. It was an open and shut case.
Of course not. Don't think I couldn't tell. Every time you went up there and tried to clear my name.
So, okay. My name is Hoshino from the Gen... If you don't mind, we have a...
I do mind.
But don't you want to know who...
It was an ADDC researcher, but...
I remember him, but you're saying...
Here, let me explain. Waku-san's death was an 89-related accident. The drug must have killed him on the spot. Shono panicked, searching for a place...
Which led him to my truck.
Yeah. Must have... Things may have turned out differently had you actually reported, but as we both know...
So all this...
It was a better stroke of luck than Shono could have... After all, the cops never even suspected him.
God damn it! I don't know what the hell I was thinking back then. It all happened so fast. I opened the truck, and the body was there.
Naturally, I panicked. The police never would have believed I didn't kill the guy. Of course not. Why would they? I already had a criminal record, too. I was a fool.
Okubo. So you really were innocent after all, huh?
Do you even need to ask?
I guess not. Thank you.
Yagami-san?
Yagami-sensei! What about Emi? Aren't you gonna ask me about her? I told you before I never would have killed her!
I want to believe you. I really do. But I already did everything I could. I searched non-stop for some kind of hint. But a guy can only spend so long poring over burnt scraps of evidence. After 3 years, I'm not holding out much hope.
So... guess the real killer is still out there. Just biding his time, waiting for my execution. How are you and I gonna face Emi in the afterlife? Come on, man! Tell me how!
Yagami-san.
What's up?
I think I'm gonna head back to Genda's. What are you up to tonight?
Not sure yet. I think maybe I'll swing by Tender. I could use a drink.
Yagami-san.
I'll be alright. Later.
So, I hear you're
Kuroiwa.
I had to come congratulate you myself on your
I'm not gonna be the one defending him.
Wasn't Shintani-sensei your mentor? You're helping to... Are you kidding? But it wouldn't be the first murder you've set loose in our city.
Aibe didn't kill Shin.
His gun begs to differ. The rifling matches...
Yeah, that's how the real killer... If you seriously can't see that, then I'm not the...
Say what you will.
Hello? You need something?
More or less.
Doesn't look like you're here to talk.
That's right. Wait, is that? Yagami-san!
Hoshino-kun, stay back!
Huh?
This guy's dangerous.
Die, Yagami! Yeah! You scared?
Yagami-san, are you...
I'm fine.
What do you mean?
You would have killed me for sure.
Maybe one of Hammer...
What's up, Tuck? How'd your chat with Okubo go?
Listen, someone just tried to murder me.
What?
Watch your back, Kaito-san.
Right by the office.
Don't go back there. Not... Oh, yeah?
KJR, the Kyorei HQ.
Wait, you're gonna go there after we... You think they'll just let us hang out?
Of course I do. We've got Kaji. We'll go on ahead.
Sounds like we're meeting at...
I heard.
Well...
This is...
Last I checked.
Oh, this is...
I'm nervous.
Yagami-san.
I'm, Hoshino.
Uh-huh. Well, sorry to say Shiuya's out of the office, but... if it isn't Yagami.
Huh?
Sorry about how rude we Chairman Kajihira's talk.
Listen to this talk. I had you all wrong, Murase.
Don't get too...
Maybe I'll see if Shioya will miss...
Anyway, go on and...
So Okubo...
If his reaction's anything to...
He might not have even killed his girlfriend.
Huh?
I'd rather not go there.
I've been wondering, Yagami-san.
You curious?
Can't blame a guy.
Well, apparently he's afraid of Yakuza.
So, Shono's looking more suspicious every day.
About time for a good old fake.
Judging from our last visit, we won't...
And we won't make an appointment. All we do is wait in the lobby, then ambush Shono.
A stakeout, huh?
Actually...
Huh?
I mean, they'd catch on in a heartbeat if they saw a and Hoshino-kun. You should go back...
Okay.
Alright then. Sounds like I'm tagging.
Yeah.
We going?
Out of the way!
And stay down.
Let's go, Yakin-san.
どちまで行かれる？それでは。
Man.
Keep it close to your chest, Sugiura. Now let's settle down and wait for...
But what if you already went home? I don't want to sit here all night if...
Good point.
We going?
Excuse me.
Yes?
Is Shono-san...
Oh, most likely. Do you have an appointment?
Not exactly.
Oh, Yagami...
Oh, you're...
Hashimoto. I showed you to Shono's...
Oh, right.
Do you need something more?
Well...
Yagami-san, there he...
Gotta run. Where is he?
Over there.
Uh-huh.
Let's go, Yagami-san.
Uh-huh. 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 Suspicious. Suspicious. What the? Found him.
What do we do?
Okay, let's move in.
Well, if it isn't Yagami-san. Kamurocho.
You again.
This had better be the last. Are you aware that I filed a...
Aren't you the Vice Minister of Health?
My name is...
Yeah, I remember you from the other day.
Of course. The success... As such, there are a great many Now I suggest you leave before...
So much for the plan. Doubt he'll be coming down through the lobby now. What do we do? We going?
Hashimoto's...
It's all right. Dr. Shono's
Yeah.
He has... Lately, he only goes home once every... Even so, he makes his morning... I can't
What do you mean?
It's a little custom of his.
Right.
Passion like his is what's going to make her... And with that, I should be...
It's fine.
Goodbye, then.
Security on Shono's lab is airtight, but that's not the case for the hospital wing.
Wait, you want to chill till the morning and...
Yeah. Just have to...
Guess the next...
Let's check the map. Suspicious. This is the garage for the hospital. The service entrance, that is. Anyone who makes deliveries.
Guess we're sneaking in through the garage, huh?
Yeah. Come on, let's...
We going?
Can I help you?
Are you from the Yagami Detective Agency?
That's right.
I'm the head of security here. The Vice Minister has instructed me to see you.
Ichinose-san?
You blind or something?
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask...
That's a lot of guys for an
Hey, where the hell are you taking us?
This should be fine.
Mashiko-san, yeah?
Make sure you never show your...
The fuck?
That doesn't look like...
That's 'cause it's...
Oh, let me guess.
You bet. Now fight me!
Come on.
What do you mean? They're the only reason we got in so easy.
True, though ultimately...
So? How's it look?
Not even...
Let's go, Yakuma-san. You're not going in?
And lose my perfectly good smoking spot? We'll be fine.
Yagami-san.
We'll just have to confront him head on.
You don't want to...
I doubt we have the time. After all, this is probably...
Guess so, huh?
Meaning, we don't have...
Gotcha. Speaking of Shono... Well, the murder, the thought is that Shono framed Okubo for that. But you defended Okubo. Wouldn't the cops have started looking for the real killer once?
Sure they did. But it wasn't long until Okubo killed again. They didn't have much reason to keep searching.
Exact. Everyone pegged him as the... Makes sense. They'd think he's the one responsible for... But don't you think that...
Huh?
The guy who's doing human experiments...
Your point?
Basically, I think he killed Emi Terasawa. And with all he had to lose...
I guess, but could he really... How long have you been...
Since you told me what a mess Okubo is now.
Honestly, I wanted to believe, but I just couldn't... Emi-chan was... I wasn't gonna let it slide. Not after what Okubo... But after all this time, it turns out...
Nothing's for sure without evidence. But doesn't it make you want to talk to Shono?
Yeah.
Why are you two here?
Dr. Shono, what is it?
How did you get in here?
We just want to ask you a few questions, Dr. Shono.
Well, I don't have anything I can say to you. Apologies. I need you to handle this. I have to go.
Where are you going? This won't take long.
Sorry, I can't let you go any further. Call security.
Shono!
Let's go, Yagami-san. We can't let him get away. It's our only chance.
Shono, wait!
You won't get away.
Goka!
This is Shono. 30 seconds. Just get over here.
Shono, wait! Hold up!
Now you're fucked.
This is Shono. 3 minutes. I can't wait for 3 minutes.
Let's go then!
Open up!
Funny that we'd end up here. This is the room, right? The man who died after you used him as a Why'd you do it, Shono? For the glory?
What are you talking about? This is
Huh. I thought you'd be a little more curious.
I don't...
You're the one backing the mole.
Huh?
That's not all I know. Hamura's the middleman.
I won't stand for this faceless...
You've been working non-stop on this new... No way the street slang about a murderer would... You were supposed to ask what the
There's a good boy.
The serial killer who's been gouging people's eyes out. It all started 3 years ago. You performed an 89 experiment on Wakusan while probably late at night. And when he died, you did the only thing you could... I'm sure Wakusan's death came as a complete shock to you. But you didn't have time to panic. You needed to hide the body, fast. So you used the laundry cart to transport it without raising suspicion. You just needed to get it as far away as possible. Then, just before 8 a.m., Shinpei Okubo arrived at the hospital to gather the linens. That was your chance. You waited for an opening, hid the body in his truck. That wouldn't solve anything, though. Okubo would find Wakusan, and of course call the cops. Naturally, they'd then search for whoever stashed the body there. But you didn't have any other choice, did you? You had to take the risk, and somehow, it paid off. Turned out, Shinpei Okubo had a criminal record, and was worried the police would suspect he murdered Wakusan. So, he didn't report it, instead choosing to bury the body deep in the Okutama Mountains. You were probably thrilled with Okubo. I mean, it's practically a miracle.
I don't know what you're...
But then another miracle happened. And if he was innocent, that would mean it might have even come after you if you didn't do it, which is when you sold your soul to the devil.
What do you mean?
Don't play dumb with me. You know all too damn well you needed to frame Okubo. And you...
Murder?
Emi Terasawa.
Oh.
You forced your way into their apartment. According to the autopsy report, she was...
I didn't...
Did she tell you Okubo-kun had been taking pills? Conveniently enough. He didn't. Him smelling like booze was probably... Let me guess. You injected... That'd raise his BAC. And sure, he could have died if you messed up. But that wouldn't have... As long as you could chalk up Emi's murder to a drunk suicide... And once you made sure you could pin the blame on Okubo, you set fire to the whole apartment.
What evidence do you have to...
Don't worry. I can't prove it yet. But I'm damn near positive I'm on the right track. I can see it in your eyes. Look. I know what you're thinking. 89 will save countless people. Meaning there's no way you're not doing the right thing. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, Shono, but that's just not true. You know, when someone thinks they're in the right, that's when the real cruelty in people starts to come out. So what do you say, Shono? Are you really right?
Just what is going on in here, damn it?
Oh, hey. We were just heading out.
Why, you...
And by the way, so sorry to hear about 89. Maybe you, need a few more humans to test it on? Don't worry. Shono-san here didn't tell us a damn thing. But hey, I'm gonna find out the truth. Even if it's the last thing I do.
Whoops. My foot slipped. How clumsy of me. That hurt, huh? I asked you if it hurt.
Please. I didn't kill her. You have to believe me.
Oh, crying's not gonna help you now, kid. Just like it didn't help Emi Terasawa. You still stabbed her in the fucking stomach! Didn't you, you little shit?
Look, Okubo, I don't want to go getting your hopes up just yet. But... just listen. I was gonna say... I believe you. You didn't kill her. I can see that now. It'll all work out. I'm gonna avenge Emi-chan. And I swear I'm gonna get you out of here. I promise. Sorry, I should have said that to you a lot sooner. What was I doing? These 3 years, I didn't do a damn thing to help you. So, will you give me another chance?
Of course I will. Of course. Thank you so much.